Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got a really great one here for you this evening, so I'm gonna get this party started right away because I am quite excited to actually taste this one. Now I've never tasted it, but I've smelled it before, and it smells absolutely amazing. I'm talking about Yunnan Noir or Yunnan Noir. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Yunnan Noir and it's human to error. So there we go. Just getting that one out of the way. But I'm gonna go ahead and open this puppy up. Ooh, I'm spitting out. Oh, you see how excited I am? I'm spitting my words out. That's okay. But this is a black tea from China, and oh man, I love black teas. They're awesome. Oh, that smells really, really nice. It's basically, it's earthy, with a little bit of like a woody essence. Hey Ma, welcome. But there's something that I'm going to point out to you in a little bit about how it looks, and it's going to be quite interesting because it's not just your regular kind of black tea. There's something a little bit different about it. I could use a little bit more. But yeah, this is one that I am excited to try because I have had something similar. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. I don't remember if I actually streamed it, but there was a tea that I had that was quite similar to this. So, here it is. I'm going to show you guys Yunnan Noir. There we go. Look at that. It's a very interesting tea because not only is it a black tea, but there's like golden curls in there as well. Everything is twisted and rolled up a little bit. And it's basically like, it looks kind of like hair, and it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's structured differently. I'll show you guys an individual piece. Let's take a look at this. Oh, got focus in there. But you'll see it's twisted in like this curly kind of fashion. And when it's dried, it dries up hard and stiff so that it keeps the flavor in bundled. So it's kind of similar to an oolong where you twist it and ball it up. I believe it's like 100 and something times, or just 100, 110, something like that. I don't know. Into little balls. This one, you have it in like a curly Q kind of format, and it traps the flavor inside so that you can, when you steep it, it'll unfurl and it'll pull out the flavor. Now, the way that this was described is quite interesting, so I'm going to read that out now. It says it's a black tea from Yunnan, China, which leaves curled into black snake shapes. Sweet aroma, hints of honey and spice. Savory, I can't read it, it's a little bit rubbed out. Savory on the palate, smooth, fruity astringency, cinnamon bark, and nutmeg finish. It's a very textured cup of tea. It's a little bit different. What does it say? You didn't get the regular Facebook notification that I was live? I mean, you can see me, so I guess somehow, some way, my notifications are going out. Miriam, welcome. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because Miriam's here, and I see a third person drop. There you go. Hey, Wally, welcome. Glad you guys can make it. Ma just told me that there's, excuse me, that there's maybe something wrong with the notification. Because I guess like she came in, she just happened to be there. I don't know. You didn't get a notification. That's strange. I'm gonna have to look into that. But yeah, I'm glad you guys showed up because this is gonna be quite interesting if nobody if nobody comes in. I'm not used to speaking straight for about an hour. Hey Wally, did you get a notification, or we just happened to be on my page, or did it come up in the in the feed? I don't know. But in the meantime, my water's done, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour this out. As I mentioned before, you guys, I'm doing Yunnan Noir, which is a very, it's a black tea, but it's different from my normal tea. Oops, let me set my timer. Now I'm going to, there we go. I'm gonna set this up for 5 minutes at 212 degrees because it is a black tea. And as I mentioned before, it was very tightly wound. So we have a lot of curly, we have a lot of like curly forms. It's hard to, they describe it as kind of a snake shape, but it's very, it's tightly wound, so that, oh, okay, say hi to the smidgen for me. It's very tightly wound, so it's going to trap in that flavor. Oh, she's a unicorn tonight. That is adorable. I know. Oh, because of the sweater. I was gonna say, like, I know she got a sweater, but I was thinking like she had another horn, and I'm realizing no, that is the sweater. But anyway, yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah, that it's tightly wound into snake forms, into snake shapes. You know what? I'll take another piece out because there was nobody that was really here when that happened. So I'll just grab another piece. There we go. Now, this is still a black tea, but it's got gold overtones. I'm going to show you guys once more. Once it pops up, there we go. So you'll see this isn't your normal black tea. I'm trying to focus it. There we go. So you see it's... and it's giving me problems. Here, maybe... No, it keeps focusing on the back. Yeah, well, that's not working. Here, I'll just try it on this side. Okay. There we go. I'm trying to get a good bit of light. It's hard to see. Well, you can see at least the basic shape. It's curly, curly cued, and I'm really trying to get a good picture, but it's, yeah, that's just not working. Anyway, you can see as the color, it's got like golden kind of a golden tone to it. I'm not quite sure how it's processed to get that. Maybe it's because it's so woundly tight that not all of it dries up at the same time. But that's something that I would have to... Nicole, welcome! That's something that I would have to try and look into, because I wasn't able to find why there's a difference in color. Where you have like some golden curls and some of the dark brown and black curls, all within the same leaf. So it's probably got something to do with the way that it's oxidized and the way that it's dried out. Probably where some of it is exposed to light and it lightens up, where and the other part is dark, so it doesn't it doesn't sun bleach, basically. That's just a theory. I wasn't able to find out why, but that's something that I would be interested in looking into. Now, the aroma is very it's very unique, because you have like this woody... Oh, there we go. Quackhead is done. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this out. And I'll show you guys what it looks like, because this expanded quite a bit. Oh, that smells amazing. That timer, that's Quackhead. You love Quackhead. Everybody loves Quackhead. Oh, now take a look at that. That is a beautiful color right there. It starts off, you guys can't really see it all that well, but it starts off really dark, but as the water pours, it falls into like this kind of a golden, um, like a golden bronzen color. It's really beautiful to look at. It's actually, well, I'll show you guys right now. What is that? It's the color because it has a great stylist. That's another that's another theory. Ooh, wow! This is a very strong smell. It's very earthy, very woody. It has tones of like a honey kind of after scent to it. That smells is very, very smooth. Like the scent is strong. I'm gonna put that down for a minute. The scent is strong, but it's smooth. It's kind of it kind of gets you up here, if that makes any sense. Like once it reaches your cavity, your nasal cavity, it kind of warms up in the sense. It's hard to describe because it's a very, very full scent, full flavor. But it's unique in. I don't know if this is going to make sense, but it smells red. Uh, I know it's a little bit hard to describe, but it smells like a deep toasted honey kind of scent to it. It's really nice, kind of relaxing, which is surprising for a black tea. Normally, black teas have that distinct, strong scent, and it's not relaxing in any particular way. But this has that, but there's a certain quality to it that is kind of relaxing, kind of it's comforting. It smells like a soft kind of red, like a red carpet, but not like not like a celebrity red carpet. It's more like a warm. You know that smell, yeah. Like it's very familiar, but it's like a soft burgundy kind of smell to it, and I don't know if it's equatable to like burgundy wine, but it's more of a soft red, smoky almost. You know, it's hard to describe, but you know I gotta take my first sip so that we can get the full notion of it. I just can't get over that smell. It's like really, really good. Mmm. That's good. It's how do I put this? It's kind of like a honey near alcoholic kind of taste to it, but not like it's not overpowering. It's very it's got notes of like a honey, like a toasted honey woody kind of flavor to it. Mm. I've had teas like this that was similar before. Alejandra, welcome. This is very it's very earthy. When we went to the tea shop and the tea I smelled when we came in, yeah. You didn't see I know, I don't know what's going on. For some reason it didn't send out a notification. I'm gonna have to like try to figure out why. But yeah, something's up. I didn't do anything differently, but it just didn't go through. I don't know. Maybe it's just a fluke. But we'll see in the future. Maybe it'll clear itself up. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's very similar to that, you know, because you have that really dark brownish, um, like a woody. I'm fighting the hiccups. It will not go away. You have like that woody kind of taste to it. I did it all different. Yeah, you got me. This time I typed it in with my left hand, and that's what threw it all out. And Nicole, tell Shanna to get in here because she's she's missing the party. Oh man, but this tea has a very it's a very strong kind of flavor to it. Um it's very rich. Has a slight bitterness on the front end of it, but as it moves to the back of your as it moves to the back of your tongue, it gets like a an earthiness. It's very, I mean, it's very close to regular black teas, but there is think more black tea with honey. It's got those kind of overtones that differentiate it between that and just like regular Ceylon. Um, but it's pretty good. Mm. And it kind of coats your tongue um, as it goes to the back. It's kind of like a wave. How do I explain this? Um, you know how a wave starts, pulls up, comes down, and then disappears? You get that kind of sensation in your mouth. Like it's a bit of a quick burn. It doesn't last very long on the tip and on the back of your throat, but it stays quite a bit in the middle. So you have this kind of like a like a rug that just coats the tongue for a while, and then it dies down. Like it's very unique in that way because there it's it's really hard to describe if you're not here to taste it. If you're not here to share in that experience, um, it kind of like it's like going from front to back. You get a fast burn, uh, strong wave. Then once it hits the back of your throat, it's a fast burn. But then it all dies down slowly. The front and the back of your throat just thanks for sharing, Wally, just in case other people haven't seen it. uh I appreciate that because now since the notification didn't go off, I'm not sure who got it, who didn't, but you know, as always, I'll be flying by the seat of my pants anyway. But yeah, you guys, if you guys can, please share this video because I don't know what went wrong with the notification. But I appreciate the notoriety, you know, letting people know that I'm doing what I'm doing. Mm. I want to hold it in my mouth just a little bit to see if I can decipher some things because there's there's something different about this tea that I'm not quite getting. It's hard to describe because black teas generally taste the same. You know, I mean, you have the stronger ones, the lighter ones, the ones that flash burn across your tongue, the other ones that are slow. But this one has a certain quality that I'm having trouble placing. Um, I mean, besides the honey, because you can always add honey to tea, which I didn't to this one. This is naturally honey-like, but there's a certain quality that I'm struggling to place, and it's bothering me in the best way, you know, because it's kind of like a mystery. Mm. It feels like, let's say, if I added honey, would it be overkill? No, no, it wouldn't be overkill. I mean, you'd still have a nice honey coat to it. So yeah, I would recommend definitely sweeten it with honey if you like it. Uh, what sounds inappropriate? I have no idea what you mean because my mind is completely clean. Wink, wink. No, I didn't get the reference for that one, but I'll go with it. Um, I forgot what I. Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. It kind of tastes like the way that when you were walking through a park or a forest with someplace with a lot of trees, and all the leaves have fallen down and they're on the ground. They're all brown and red and orange, and you have all of those on the ground. Um, that's what it kind of tastes like. It kind of feels and tastes like that. It's hard to describe any other way because I mean you have the well, that's what she said and everything else. Okay, I guess I must be late to the party in that on this one. Um, but like you have like picture it this way: you have a sea of dried leaves, and in general they're brown. But when you take a closer look, oh, I see. Okay, so that was back when I made whatever comment. Okay, I gotcha. Um, Basically they're brown, but when you take a closer look, you see little hints of red and orange and yellow. And like it's the kind of tea that requires a little bit of thought into what you're tasting. Because if you stay too far back, you'll miss out on the little details. So I said all that to say this. It tastes like a black tea, but there's little things that you discover when you think about it. You have like the notes of honey. There's a little bit of wood. There's a little bit of earth. There's a little bit of like a fruity berry kind of taste to it. Um, there's lots of little speckles here and there that make the tea even more intriguing than than you would normally think at first taste. It's the kind of tea that you'll want to sit there and really think about because there's a lot to see and a lot to taste and a lot to feel when you drink certain teas, and this is one of them. I've never tasted this one before. I've never even sampled it. I've smelled it before, and I said, okay, I want to bring this home, and I did. I've and this is you guys. This is the first time I'm tasting it. Um, and it's a really satisfying experience when you go in thinking it's just a regular tea, and I mean, aside from the unique look that it has, um, there was there's more of a dimension to it. Now, I had mentioned earlier before some of you guys came in that it was similar to um, another tea, and I had done that before, I believe. It was called Yunnan Golden Curls. It's similar in structure, but it's more. It was more of of an enriched. Oh, excuse me, of an enriched flavor. It was more of the expensive type of tea. This is like the less expensive, but the taste and the quality is still there. I haven't had that Yunnan Golden Curl in a long time, so I can't really compare in detail the differences between this one and that one. And maybe I'll do a comparison sometime. I don't know, but in this case, it's definitely a quality tea. Hmm. Okay, I think was this. Sounds like you're drinking Michael's Craft Store. I don't know what's causing the scent when you go in, but you like it. Yeah, that's kind of like that. That's pretty accurate. It's basically when you go into a shop and there's something that stands out, but you don't know what it is. All you know is that you want to find out. That's what's intriguing. Now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Still, I don't want to take it out of the out of my little cup, but I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Now you remember how small it was when it was all lined up, when it was all balled up. You could see it opened up a lot. It went from being teeny tiny to huge. Oh, I'm going to pull out some of these leaves. Look at that. They basically tripled in size. I'll just open that up real quick. I'll see if I can... This is a delicate process. Trying to do it with one hand is not that easy. Okay, so you know what I'll do? I'll just show you guys instead of the dramatic close-up. It's going to be the less than dramatic, but so much easier headshot. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up this leaf a little bit. I would imagine so. I think I've only been to Michael's once. And yeah, I know that's it that you're talking about. What was that? They did what? Nicole, I don't quite get your meaning. All right, there we go. So you see, it's expanded a lot. You get a whole leaf that's been basically twisted and torn. Not torn, but twisted and bald, and it's hard to describe. It's hard to describe the process. I'll show you. It was basically just twisted and bald. So when you start it, yeah, exactly. Like the leaves basically started off like this, and it was solid as a rock. But now that it's steeped, all the leaves unfurled and basically doubled and tripled in size. You know what? I'll do a comparison real quick. I'm gonna get one of the other leaves. Here I am covering my face, my pretty face. Ooh, almost there. There we go. So let's do a side-by-side comparison, because the way that this transformed is actually pretty interesting. There we go. Look at that. You can see there's a huge difference between what it was and what it's become. Now, the unfurled leaf is very solid, very strong, kind of like a pebble, while the tea leaf after it's been steeped is more moist, more soft, more. Oh, sorry, Nicole, I meant more wet, more wet. Exactly. Let me see if I can spin this around a little bit. And there's a huge difference in color. You can see in the unfurled leaf, it's all essentially the same color, but while it's still dried and unfurled, you'll see the black. Then on the other side, there's a brown, and up at the top, it's golden yellow. So you see, there's like a nice, there's a good comparison there from what it becomes versus what it was. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back. But yeah, like you'll see that there's a huge difference um, in between the two, and it always fascinates me the transformation that it goes through. I think there's hopefully it's not going to drip too much, but if you guys remember when I first put it in, there was like maybe this much. I'll show you guys. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be. Oh no, it's dripping still. There we go. Is it good? Yeah, I think it's good. We'll see. Look at how big of a change it was. I started off basically down here, where it was barely on there, but it grew so much that it's almost coming out of the top. Look at that. So you see what it used to be. Just picture a couple of those that turns into something so big. It practically grew inside. And there's our little friend over here who served as our example. Even still, it hasn't completely unfurled. Now, this usually means that you can steep it again, uh, but because of the type of oxidation it went through, it's not really. I don't know if it's meant. Oh, it there I did. I spilled some. There we go. It's not really meant to be steeped multiple times, I don't think. Um, but it possibly can be because even after the first 5 minutes, it hasn't completely released all of the flavor. If I were to do it again, I'd probably get a lighter taste because I got most of it out the first time. Um, but there's still enough in there that would probably give it uh, a nice full flavor. Right now it's robust. Right now it's strong and smooth. But if you drink it, if you steep it another time, I would postulize. Postulize. I think I'm using that right. Um, I would hypothesize. That's a better uh, that's a better term for it. That it would be a smoother but softer flavor to it. Mm. Mm. Oh, that's really good. This is the kind of tea that you'll want to drink at work. It's a nice, strong flavor. It'll wake you up. It is caffeinated, um, and it's very non-distracting. You know if that makes any sense. Like you'll drink it, you'll appreciate it, but you'll be able to go on about your business. But yeah, I think like it's a very good, very strong flavor, and I'm really enjoying this. And you know, it basically like this is one of the times where the scent matches the taste. That doesn't always happen with tea. Nicole, you'd know, whenever I whip out the Lapsang Sao Chong, everybody's like, "Ooh, what's that smell?" But then when they taste it, like, "Okay, that sounds so bad." But this is one of those cases where you know what to expect when you smell it, because it is a strong scent and it's also a strong flavor. Um, but it's also like almost it's almost like a woody alcoholic kind of taste to it, and you do get that in the scent when you sniff the bag. Mm. Oh, that's really nice. Right now, I'm feeling like this certain kind of warmth in my chest, and in my in my throat and esophagus. Like you feel it going down, um, and it's not just the heat, but you kind of like I don't want to say you taste going all the way down, but it remains that kind of sensation as you swallow. It goes down your throat, and you still have that kind of like an echo. basically. The echo of the taste. I should coin that. You guys, you heard it first, right here, right now. The echo of the taste. Uh, I want to use that somehow. Oh, excuse me. But you get like the remnant as you breathe out. You taste it over and over again. So it's very interesting in that way. You're stealing that as a domain name? Well, you can keep it. I don't know what you're going to sell on that. Because if it's food, nobody's going to want to eat anything that says echo of taste. That just sounds like, okay, that's very odd. But yeah, like as I think like as a statement, it's more of a visual, almost audio, almost audible statement to say. Like, well, it's a residual taste, but usually when somebody says like a residual taste, you think it's in the tongue, but it's not. This one, you taste it as it goes down, and I don't want to say that it repeats, but it's a very slow process. Like you would have to get your mind on something else not to notice it. But never. That is true. Odd sounding domain names can be successful. I mean, Google. Come on. That's like the number one odd sounding domain name, but everybody uses it. So yeah, I get it. The taste of echo, the echo of taste, echooftaste.com. I wonder what I would do with that though. That kind of sounds like a food website and a horror website at the same time. I don't know. Blog tea reviews. That might not be such a bad idea. I mean, maybe that would be something if I were to do it. It would be something like everybody talks about their own personal tea, blogs about it, and make it an open forum. That might be that might be a good idea. I don't know. Do people still do open forums anymore? Because I know that like we have people that have blogs and stuff, but it's usually like only their personal ones. But maybe a site where you blog and make personal tea recommendations, tea do's and don'ts. I don't know. It might be a grand success. If you want to take it, go for it. I mean, I wouldn't know the first thing of organizing something like that, but just share the profits with me and we'll be all good. What was that? You think that there needs to be an updated format for it to compete with other options these days? Absolutely. Reddit, yeah, that might be a good example. The only thing is that Reddit is so random and eclectic. There wouldn't be a need for mods as much. But Echo of Taste, I don't know, maybe it could be tea related or just food related. Food blogs, I don't know. I don't know. It might work. It's $1 million idea out there, and you guys can have it. I've already got my millions, as you can see. I'm broke. Whew. My God, like it's stuffing me. It's a really this tea is really starting to satisfy me. To the point where I'm feeling nice and mellow. It feels good, and as it cools down, it gets slightly more bitter, but not to the point where it's overpoweringly bitter. Not like an oversteeped bitter, but more of a, as it cools down, the taste buds react more. Um, so you're getting. I can't pause. This is all live. What was I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, as it cools off, you taste more. So you're getting more that you're getting basically the good and the bad. But this is a bitterness in a good way. You know how there are some flavors that you can appreciate the bitterness, like a grapefruit. You have that, like, you taste it, it's just like but ooh, kind of a kind of a flavor to it. I'm not a huge fan of grapefruit, but lots of people are, so they would understand. I'm just casually observing at this point because I'm not big on on bitter taste normally, but this one is bearable. Oof, I'm gonna go ahead and top myself off because yummy. I'm going through this a little bit faster than I thought I would. Normally, I try to pace myself with teas that I enjoy, but I'm having I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble uh, pacing myself only because there is there's a lot going on this flavor, and it's very hard to point out all the little things, all the little details that you pick up. They mention in the description that there are like little notes of nutmeg in it, and I kind of get that. It's not very strong, but it is there. There is no nutmeg in the tea. This is all straight produced Yunnan Noir flat tea. You know, there's no other ingredients in it to blend. But it is very it's there's a lot to look into as you drink it. And a lot to look for, if that makes any sense. That's why, like, I'm struggling. Most people find out about things to eat through somebody else trying them. So Echoes of Taste works for food and drink reviews. That is true. It doesn't necessarily have to be limited to tea. Food reviews, restaurant reviews, product reviews. Why not? Everybody's got an opinion, so yeah. I say we do this. Let's make it a community project. You guys heard it here first. If you guys want to take this idea and run with it, then by all means, just keep me in the loop, because that's something that I would love to be a part of. Why not? You know, let's all bring it together. That's why I created the community, you know? So that we could all get to know each other. Was this you do the software thing? Yeah, why not? This is something that maybe we all could contribute to. Bella can review the dog treats. She'll do one poop up, one poop down. I don't know, we'll see. Just finding time outside of work to development is difficult. That is true. I can certainly understand, because I have dabbled in it before, and yeah, it did not go well. Basically, all I had was it was a domain name and a year's subscription that I never put to use. It was bad. But I'm older now, more mature, and yeah, I understand the dedication of time that it could take. So yeah, if we all can pitch into this kind of thing, who knows? We'll see. I mean, I'm all about projects. Um, and part like the community is my personal project where I wanted people to come together um and talk about tea and really like share the opinions and stuff like that. And that's why I do these daily entries, because I want more participation. I want you guys to talk to each other. I want you guys to to communicate with each other, not just me. You know, I want you guys to get to know each other and make some friendships, hook up, get some ideas going. Not hook up, but you know what I'm talking about. Because this is only food and drink, all that personal stuff. If I were to become the next Gordon Ramsay, I'm sure my blood pressure would go through the roof after all of those tantrums that he throws. I would probably I I would probably prefer the late great Anthony Bourdain, who is more down to earth, more less angry pants. I think that is the that's what I'm going for here. But yeah, I get what I get what you mean. Mm. But as I was saying, yeah, like I want you guys to communicate, and I want you guys to talk, and I want you guys to contribute. So go ahead if you have anything tea related on your mind, any questions, any comments, any ideas, throw them in the community. This is what we're here for. We're here to share. We're here to yeah, completely down to earth. Too soon, too soon. Uh, but yeah, like I want you guys to get to know each other and communicate and share laughs, share stories, share your ideas. Yeah, this is healthy. This is the very essence of my vision for the community, is that you all guys can learn to uh, talk to each other and get to know each other and make your connections, and not just like say we're doing this because we like Mike. I mean, you guys are more than welcome to like me, but like each other too. This is I have seen some conversations going on, and that's healthy. This is a pretty young group. I think I've only been a little bit less than a year, maybe. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is what I want the community to be. Everybody gets together, everybody talks, everybody has fun. So yeah, go ahead, comment, question, like, share, do all that social media stuff on my group, and it would go miles and miles. And I have talked about this for quite some time, and I just realized I'm like 10 minutes away. Yeah, it is a small group, but it is growing. And I enjoy getting more and more requests. I started out with 100 people, but it was like 100 friends. 100 people that I knew, and most people didn't know each other. Now we have made some new friends. There are people on the group that I don't personally know as well. Like you, Nick. You and I have not had a straight up conversation before. But this is good. This is something to look forward to whenever we communicate later. Miriam and I, we've known each other for a few months. We've met in person. We have roots. We both have roots in Brooklyn, and we've met recently. But this is the kind of thing that it becomes organic. And Nicole, who I work with, I have a longer relationship and a longer friendship with her, and of course my mom. She's up there coming in and out. But yeah, like there's different levels, different forms of communication, and this is what I want. I want to continue to get to know people, and I want to have everybody get to know each other to the point where we are exactly what what this is about, community. You know. But yeah, this is. I know I'm spending a little bit too much time on this. Uh, but you know, this is something that I truly believe in, and it's something that I look forward to every day. You know, granted, I don't really comment on the weekends. It's basically my days off, but you know, having those random posts that somebody else besides me puts in, um, yeah, basically, since March. So it's been what, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So it's 7 months, less than a year. But it works, you know. Uh, I lost my train of thought. I'm not playing down. I'm just saying, like, I've known you 7 months, but I've known Nicole for about what, 2 years now. I've known my mom all my life. So, you know, there's different levels, different relationships, but that is true. I am the dog's godfather. And yeah, that's, you know, it grew from a little seed. That's a good thing, you know, and I want that to happen to other people, you know. So yeah, that's why I always encourage you guys. If you have anything tea related, don't leave me out. Go ahead, make comments, questions, anything on the on the page that you think is appropriate and fun and worth talking about. Go ahead. Yeah, you know, you don't need my permission to post. I mean, everybody knows not to troll, and that's all I care about. You know, be nice to each other, and we'll all get along swimmingly. Hmm. And that's my soapbox for the evening. Uh, I spent way too much time talking about that. You know, out of left field. So I have about, well, I don't necessarily have specifically 5 minutes left. I've been known to go over on occasion. But, you know, we're reaching that hour, and I feel like I've talked a lot about the community. Yeah, we'll make the smidgen our mascot. Why not? Yeah, we could use little dog pictures every so often. Why not? But announcements, because because I do have a couple things to announce. Earlier today, I posted the raffle of the month, and I'm really excited about this prize. This prize is going to be awesome. If you haven't already entered, please enter, because this is going to be awesome. The prize is a guest spot on a stream, not next week, but in the future. If you're in Chicago, either you'll come over here, I'll go over to your place, or you know, we'll find a nice neutral space where we could do the tea tasting, and we'll do like a kind of buddy thing, where we'll taste it together. If you are out of the city, out of the state, U.S. residents only, by the way, because it's always difficult to ship internationally. I will send you a bag of whatever tea we'll be tasting, and you'll join me via Facebook Live, and I can invite you while we're in, and we'll taste it together, and we'll talk about it, and we'll have that great discussion. It's gonna be awesome. So I encourage you guys, go ahead and enter. The more the merrier, and I really hope that we can do something like this, because if we could pull this off, it's a new level, not only of streaming, but it's a new level of community. You know, where I actually have people not just commenting, but actually tasting with me, and that's gonna be awesome. Enter what, where? If you stepped away, okay. I'll quick recap. I posted a raffle for the month, and the prize is a guest spot on the stream. So if you're in the state, sorry, if you're in the city, we can figure out like where we're gonna do it. If you're outside the city, I'll email, I'll ship a tea of whatever tea we're going to taste together, and you'll just join me live on the over the camera. We'll drink it, we'll discuss it, and we'll enjoy the tea as for what it is. So it's going to be a new level of communication, a new level of interaction. I've never tried this before, but I'm excited to. So I mean, I have had guests, but yeah, Chicago. I'm in Chicago now. My Brooklyn reference was me and Miriam have roots in Brooklyn. We both grew up. We actually met through a mutual friend. Can we do a General Tea meetup? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a couple of coworkers about doing joining us the next tea crawl that we have. So that would be awesome. Um, I don't know when that's going to be. I mean, it's usually spur of the moment, but yeah, it would be awesome. So you work downtown in the West Loop, I assume. Yeah, West Loop, near Greektown. Yeah. So I mean, if you're relatively close, I mean, you're in the city, so that would be perfect. Go ahead, enter the. You might have to scroll down a little bit. It's in the community. I can tag you in there if you need to, but yeah, go ahead, enter, and we'll do this because it's gonna be awesome. And if we get enough people that are interested in doing the tea crawls in the city, we can make this like maybe a monthly meetup. We'll either do one tea store. Yes, I actually do have a list. I'll come back to you in just a minute, Wally. We could do one tea store and just like commune there, or we could do multiple tea stores. That took all day. Miriam joined us on our last one, and it was fun. Uh, we went to what, 5 different places? It was Adagio, David's, Geschwinde, um, Argo, and I feel like either we're missing one or there was one that we were going to add to it. I don't remember, but we made it like a community thing. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, that would be awesome. I look forward to that. As a matter of fact, Nick, if you want to join us on a tea crawl, I'll let you know when the next one is. And basically the last time that we did it, it literally took all day. Like we met around noon and we were done by like 8, 9 o'clock. But yeah, coffee and tea. Yes, coffee and tea exchange. I knew I was forgetting one. And I feel bad about that because like that's where I got some really good tea. I got this watermelon oolong out of this world. But yeah, it was good. We had a lot of fun. So that's something that I'm looking forward to doing. And to go back, Wally, yes, I do have a list. I actually put that together last week because I was trying to remember. I'm planning for next month's list, and that's another announcement. Next month I'm going to be doing another themed month. 'Tis the season for chai, so I'm going to be doing this 5 Fridays in November. So I'm going to be doing 5 chai teas. 5 of them I've never done before. Um, I almost did a repeat. It was going to be the white Ayurvedic chai, but then I realized I had tasted that on the previous one. It was a group of 3. The what did I call them? The replacement teas, or I forgot what it's called. But yeah, I did white Ayurvedic chai, and so I have to get a 5th one. But yeah, like I'm super excited to try this, and I'm raring to go. But yeah, that was announcement number 2. Sylvia, welcome. You're catching the tail end of this, but I just realized I haven't finished my tea yet, so I'm going to take a quick sip. Mm. Okay, and my third and final announcement next week. It's going to be the last Friday before Halloween, so I have a special treat for you guys. I'm going to be having a special guest. You've seen her before. You've loved her more than more than anything else that I've ever done. So I will have my very special guest. My goddaughter Anna is going to be joining me in costume for Halloween as a special tea party. That's what she calls them. Tea party edition of the live tea tasting. So you guys, you haven't met her yet. Some of you haven't met her yet. It's gonna be wild. She's a trip, and I love her with all of my heart. I'm gonna need about a 3 or 4 day vacation afterward. But yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna be fun. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor. Any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, let me know. I'm going to finish up my tea because I'm running a little bit long, but that's okay. You guys don't mind. Mm. And this is really capturing the flavor. Like as it as it cools off, it's like the taste itself is lightening up. And I'm really enjoying it. Like it's not as strong and not as robust, but it's trading in that robustness for like a seasoned kind of flavor. Like the nutmeg is coming out more, the honey is coming out more. Um, I'm really like it's almost turning into a completely different tea as it cools off. I think that's pretty awesome. Mm. Oh, that's really nice. Whew. Okay, I'm stuffing myself here. I'm starting to I'm starting to like digest it and it's coming in. So, last call cuz I think I have one sip left. Questions, comments, throw them at me. We'll see what kind of trouble we can get in the last second. Mm. Mm. Ooh, there we go. I was trying to breathe out at the same time as swallowing. Not a good idea. But I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you guys for joining me. It was a spectacular one, even though there was a bit of a rough start because for some reason it didn't announce that I'm going on. That's something that I'll have to look into later. But go ahead and, what was this? Can there be a health tea series? Yeah. I was talking to my sister about it. So yeah, absolutely. I'll be happy to do that. She actually specifically requested a series on women's health. Um, Me not being a woman, I don't know if I'm specifically qualified for that. I will see if I can get a specialist involved. Oh, excuse me. I will do my best in the meantime. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Like if I can't get a female uh a female partner or a female companion or whatever, a female guest, I guess, to comment. Uh, was it? Please avoid the hype. A lot of teas claim health benefits, but yeah, I am with you 100%. I try not to use the term detox much because I understand that detox is not exactly a thing. When I say that a tea like cleans you out, I'm more of the uh, like it washes you out. It helps your system run better. Not like it gets rid of all the toxins in your bodies because I know that that's not a thing. you know. But yeah, I'm with you 100%. I don't want to fall into that health fad. And sadly, when I first started this stream, I didn't know any better, so I did use detox a lot, and I realized after, yeah, anti-inflammatory and stuff like that's what I want to cover. But there are certain health benefits to certain teas that are specific to women, like matcha is supposed to help with PMS. That was something that I had no idea was a thing, but it does. And that's what I want to focus on. Maybe as I do a health series, out of the 4 days, I can do one specifically on women's health. Um, that's something that's going to require a bit of research on my end. And Miriam, if you want to help me, if you want to join me on the stream, separate, if you win the raffle, like then if you win the raffle, then we can do that. But you know, like we'll see. Let's say there is one that you heard a while back that's pretty yummy. It's beneficial for women. Gynostema. I can't read that very well. But yeah, like for stuff like that, it's something that I want to really seriously research and bring to you guys. Because I mean, I talk about general health benefits, but you know, for something more specific, I'd want to do more research on and you know bring you guys correct information. Yes, and absolutely, Miriam, I appreciate the help. But yeah, we'll have to do this. It's probably not going to be till next year, um, because like I have a whole month planned out for November. December is holiday season, so I'm probably going to take some time off. We'll see. I don't know. Um, but yeah, we'll get this going. Don't worry. This is how the community should work. You know, everybody pitches in, give me your ideas, and we'll work together. We'll put them through. So, yep, we'll do that. There was one more announcement that kind of flashed in my brain, and it's gone now. But as the time comes, we'll get to it. Gynostemma is known as Giaguala. Why are you not speaking English? I haven't been able to discern the hype marketing of actual benefits, but one specifically for women's health, if I remember right. Yeah, absolutely. I understand where you're coming from, and a lot of teas make those claims, but well, yeah, of course it's a Chinese tea, but oh, that doesn't make it any easier to pronounce. I usually once I see a tea that I can't pronounce, I ask an adult, and they help me out. But yeah, like that kind of thing it's what I enjoy. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. So thank you guys for joining me. This has been a very enlightening experience, not just because of the tea, but you know, because you guys are getting involved, and this is what I want. This is great stuff. So I will see you guys next week with my very special guest, Annabella, and we are going to have an interesting time. And that's just to say the least. I will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on the community. Have a great night.